Thank you, Jenny, for an excellent session. And even though it was harder, I guess you learn a lot through those harder sessions as well. So appreciate that. Right, we'll now vote for Best Table Topic Speaker. Thank you, Suzanne.
Good evening, everyone. Timing can be a challenge during table topics, I must say. We started on time, and our multitasking president took on the position of Sergeant at Arms in the absence of our young lady Pearl, which I think is fabulous. I think we're all very good at taking on roles at the last minute. One of the joys of being able to do all the roles is to jump in when you're suddenly asked. He didn't take his full minute, which was fabulous. He was short and succinct and then handed on to himself as the president. He was entitled to 7 minutes, but again, very succinct at 2 minutes, 30 seconds. We had 30 seconds for our agenda change, which could have been 2 minutes. Our toast was lovely. I loved our toast. We were allocated 4 minutes. We just snuck over at 4 minutes 15 seconds. I thought it was a very appropriate toast. Just out of curiosity, did you realise that most barrows are now designed for right-handed people? Pick up the barrow in front of you, put it in your left hand and see if you can read the writing. They're designed for right-handed people. It's just not fair for those of us who are left-handed, correct, Fred?
Yes.
There you go, there you go. There's your useless fact for the day. Speech MC, Karen. She was allocated 3 minutes. And again, very succinct at 1 minute 22. Our speakers and our evaluators decided that we were not going to get early to our supper break. They took up all the time that we had just saved. We had a lovely Antarctic speech at 8 minutes 47 seconds. But I don't think anyone objected. Esan topped you at 9 minutes and 27 seconds, not watching the red light.
No, I did.
As just on the point for our 2 speakers. The timing is supposed to start from your first major movement or your first utterance. So by saying, please give me a second while I set up, I start when you start saying, please. So you do lose time. It would be better to come up, collect your thoughts, and then start. Esan did one better than you. He knew he was going to go over time, so he actually gave an extra piece of work for Karen to read out about the individual's background. Otherwise, he would have probably clocked in at 10 minutes. Ari, again, didn't want us to get to tea break. 3 minutes, 58 seconds. Fred, you did a bit better. 3 minutes, 36 seconds. We headed off to supper break at 2014, so we were about 6 minutes late, and we came back at 2030. Jenny was entitled to a 3-minute elaboration of what she was doing in table topics. We took 1 minute 36 seconds, so very succinct. I'm not going to read out everybody's speech and evaluation timing. Our shortest evaluation was Abhijit at 25 seconds, and our shortest speech, and I wanted a bit more attitude in that speech from your travel agent, was 48 seconds. So you didn't get to the beep. Most of the others got to their beeps, either in their speech or their evaluation, which is actually the objective, is to get to that point. Otherwise, I think we had a well-timed meeting. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Suzanne. I'll now call on Riza, the Master Evaluator, to give the Master Evaluator report.
Thank you, everyone. I'm the Master Evaluator. I'm evaluating 7 people, and I'm not even included in the Best Evaluator contest. But anyway, so let's start with the evaluations. I start with Arno. If I can read my handwriting. I think Arno started with welcoming everyone, acknowledging the warm weather, and really appreciating everyone being here despite the weather. I found that very warm and welcoming. And the only small thing about Arno is like he had his hand behind his back. I've seen Arno doing this sometimes. I don't know if it's a habit or if it's your style. So that's the only thing. And moving on to Andy. It's the first time I've seen Andy as the chairperson. Overall, a great job, and as always, very much in control and very good voice. And I'm sure you know about it already because everyone's telling you. But I mean, on the improvement side, I would say sometimes I see the point, but sometimes you look cold and sitting like this and talking. So I would have criticized you given that you're sitting next to the window. So next, we move on to Sharon. I think Sharon looked very comfortable in here, and this was actually one of the best toasts that I ever had. She started with a simple handwritten letter, then moved to the pen, and then from there to the creator of the pen, and then really give her toast a big impact by saying the soldiers were writing to the loved ones using that pen, which I really found impactful. So very well done, Sharon, on that one. So I have the only point of improvement I could pick up is sometimes you bend when you approach the audience, but I think that's also your style. But just something for Sharon's awareness that she approaches the audience on the side instead of directly at the front. So next, we're moving to Karim. Karim managed the scene very well. I think it was a very good flow of audience or every presenters coming to the scene and leaving the scene. I really liked that one, and also she acknowledged the the story given by Fred, also read by Andy, and so that part I think it was very impactful. The only point of improvement, I think for Karen, I would challenge Karen to be more energetic and like not to be afraid of expressing emotions on the scenes. When I've seen her, like when she's doing it, she's really impactful, she's really engaged. I feel like sometimes she holds back on showing the emotions. So it's a matter of pulling back and like giving the emotion to everyone. From there, I think we move to Ari. Ari, the way, I really like the way Ari do this evaluation. He goes into the story and gives the evaluation from there. It's like he's one of the characters in the story. And like not only that, Ari helped Andy with vocal varieties as well. Started providing advice, not just to saying like you need improvement in your vocal varieties. He really started giving advice. The only thing I found for like point of improvements, these are very small, sometimes hands in the pocket, sometimes hand grasping, but yeah, as only saying this for because of all your awareness. So, and next, moving to Fred. This one, I think it was a really hard evaluation. I was sitting there, I was thinking by myself, how would I approach this evaluation if I was Fred? I felt like this is kind of something like modern artwork. Some people look at it and see like really understand the presentation that a son gets, and some people would like don't take so much from it. But it's in that context. But I'm evaluating Fred, not a son, but I think Fred, I was surprised that he actually started with adding humor, like to his speech, like having jokes about the hairs and how he relates to the character, and from there he went to actually giving a son suggestions about eye contacts and vocal varieties and so on. I mean, like everyone else and like myself, Fred did some hand grasping, but very limited. I think the last person that I'm evaluating is Susan. Can I start with the beautiful cupcakes? I think that's they're the one like that bring everyone together. If I'm like every night we go out and enjoy her cupcakes, and I'm sure she puts a lot of effort in it. And I asked her tonight, and she did them. She made them just this morning, so fresh. I think Susan is something they call like seasoned Toastmaster, so it's not a lot of point of improvement. Sometimes like the pen or hands go together, but I think this is natural behavior. I've seen Donald Trump doing this, so everyone is expected to do. So that was all from me, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Riza. And now I hand over to the president for another month. Onno.
Another meeting. Thank you very much, everyone. Meeting A13 is officially in the books. So I'm just quickly going to do the awards tonight. So we've got two first timers. I just want to say well done to Reza for his first time as Master Evaluator. And Jenny with very challenging table topics, but really well done, Jenny. Now for the awards, I'll start with Best Speaker tonight. Andy Wanty, well done, Andy. Best Evaluator, Ari Kagan. And then, as has been the case for a few sessions now, very split on best table topics, but ultimately very close. Anthony Mariner, well done, Anthony. All right. Now, just a special word of thanks to our guests, Bar, who is going to join us. So glad to see us start for you and welcome to the family. And then to Lewis and Anthony, well done for stepping up tonight, Anthony, as well. I think the best way to get value out of Toastmasters is to really just jump in and get involved. And since both of you have been here a couple of times, it's time to think about signing up. So maybe just leave me your email addresses afterwards and we'll be in touch. But now I'll just ask you for some comments or constructive feedback. Lewis, we'll start with you.
Thanks for having me again. It's been good. And I was a bit sad that there wasn't a PowerPoint presentation. So I think Suzanne set the bar high when I first came.
Great. Thanks, Lewis. Anthony?
Again, I enjoyed it as discussed outside. I'm happy to join.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, on that note, it's getting to the end of financial year, but also the Toastmasters year. We're very close to getting President Distinguished Club, which is the highest award that a club can get. There's two things that is required. We need 2 more members. So it sounds like Anthony's going to help us out with one. So Lewis, no pressure. If you can help us with the other one.
It's $1 million prize.
That would really help us out. But then also, I just want to ask Kieran, Anthony, Fred, Andy, you guys must be very close to getting the level 1s. So just log in Pathways what you can, please, and just make sure it's up to date. Because that's really all we need is for you just to log your points, and those will become available. I really might just need another level 4 or 5. I just wanted to see this, but I think there's enough that we can do to get the full suite of points.
You want to finish?
Yeah, potentially. If we don't get enough of the ones.
I'll do it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. And so that will just help us to close the year out in style, so we really appreciate all of the support, man. That's it from my side, but we are a little bit behind time. Can I just ask in future, please, speakers, evaluators, let's stay on time and respect everyone's time. So maybe a short agenda, so it wasn't so bad, but let's really focus on that. Thank you very much. See you on June 24th. Thank you.